Now, you might be looking at the title of this video and thinking that the words dogma and biology should never have anything to do with each other, but I assure you, the dogma of molecular biology makes a whole lot more sense than its name does. It's just how your body makes proteins, and it can be broken down into 3 easy steps: DNA to RNA to protein.
DNA? RNA? What are you talking about?
Let's start at the beginning with DNA. DNA is the instructions found in almost every cell's nucleus. It has 2 strands, which are a lot like my relationships. They split up all the time. Using a special type of protein called an enzyme.
Your body needs proteins to make proteins?
Yep, circular logic like that is what keeps us alive. So, if you remember what I said earlier, you'd know that the next part of this little process of ours is RNA. Using even more enzymes, your body takes a certain part of this DNA strand and makes an RNA strand that it fits into. Fun fact, this RNA strand is almost exactly like the recently split up opposing DNA strand.
Hold up, what's RNA?
RNA is just DNA, but with 1 strand instead of 2. It shares its name with DNA, but it drops the deoxy.
Oh.
So, after an awful breakup with the DNA it formed from, the RNA gets a makeover from 2 more enzymes in order to become modified RNA, or mRNA. Just like me, after a breakup and a makeover, this mRNA needs a rebound who is exactly like the person they broke up with in the first place. And since that isn't exactly possible, they build one instead. Out of what exactly? tRNA. What does the T stand for? It stands for the cool RNA. Duh, it stands for transfer. Each tRNA has an amino acid, the building blocks of proteins, attached to it, and a piece of RNA that fits perfectly with a part of our little mRNA, with the amino acids acting as a third wheel. Jerry, being fed up with how they've been treated, the amino acids join together and float away, forming that protein we've been talking about.
If that's just making a protein, why is it the dogma of molecular biology? It seems kinda basic.
Well, this process is using a couple of little things like, I don't know, the COVID vaccine. Remember that mRNA stuff? Yeah, that's what it's made of. The mRNA encodes for a little protein replica of a part of the virus for your body to fight and memorize the weaknesses of. You know those genetically engineered glowing fish they sell at pet stores? Well, that's thanks to a glowing protein. The dogma of molecular biology is everywhere.
No, no!